It can be hard. It can be so hard.
That's a good song.
I just wanna die. I don't wanna be alive. I just wanna die right now. We don't have a notes. Shit. Anyway.
Okay. Am I live? Is this thing on? Hey Arthur, how you doing? Yeah,
yes,
we're live.
We are live, I guess.
Hey, this is Bruce.
And this is me, Yuri.
And we're about to do a live interview with our good YouTube buddy, Black American Expat. I'm gonna ask him. This is your time. If you have any questions whatsoever about
time to shine with Philippine questions.
Right. If you have any questions about moving there, how it is being an American over there, it's open ended. So feel free to ask any questions. I'm just gonna make you guys' comments a little bit bigger. They're gonna appear over my face, a little bit ghetto style, but we're gonna make do with what we have, right, guys? Okay, we've got Arthur Carlson, who is the facilitator of Art's Place, a conservative talk show host on Facebook and on YouTube. We've got No Distance Between Us. We've got Thomas Hutt. Thank you so much for your contribution on our last live. I really appreciate that. We've got Jesus is King 777 who says hola to everyone here. We're waiting for Black American Expat, who's going to join us here real soon, hopefully, so we can ask him questions about being an expat living in the Philippines. And he's been in there for well, that's one of my questions to him, how long he actually been there. I know it's been quite some time because he's been a YouTuber there for a while. If you guys didn't know, you want to find him, just go to YouTube and search for Black American Expat. He's got some great content. He's always doing these open-ended interviews, and we think he's great. Very positive guy. Veronica Dip, hey, how you doing? What's good? Everything's good. We're doing great. We're about to do an interview with our YouTube buddy, Black American Expat, who should be joining us real soon here.
Did he receive the link?
Yeah, I emailed it to him.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we'll just talk to you guys. But if you have any questions, you want to think of any questions about being an expat from the U.S. and moving over to the Philippines, you have questions about retiring there, cost of living, how it is being over there, things like that, and please feel free to ask. Oh, Thomas just donated $10.
Whoa,
thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thanks again. It's his second time he did it. So, guys, big up to please thank Thomas, who just paid for all of our tickets here in this show. Jesus is My King says Black Filipino on YouTube is a good channel. I haven't checked out Black Filipino yet. I will definitely be checking out his stuff. Mac White is on. He's joined us. Mac says, hi guys, just got our K1 visa case number from USCIS. We're on our way. That's great. Veronica says, Yuri, want the hoodie in black waiting. All right. Okay, great. Looks like we got Black American Expat just joining us here. Can you hear me?
Yay, awesome.
Yeah, it's a little dim. Let me see if I could turn up my side here. Okay, could you give me another sound check?
Okay, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Awesome.
That's perfect. All right, so hopefully our whole audience can hear you. We're just talking. We've got our audience here. They're scrolling through. We've asked them to ask any questions if they have any. But this is Black American Expat. He's a YouTuber. If you are an expat and you're planning to move into the Philippines, if you have plans to move there, then this is the man to check out his content. He's got great content over there where he talks about cost of living, how his life is over there. He's always having these open-ended conversations with other expats. He's a great resource, so that's why we decided to do an interview with him. And Black American Expat, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm 43 years old, and
we're the same age.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 43. In the U.S., I did DJing. I worked at radio stations. I had
Awesome.
my own business for 15 years, and I just got to the point where I wanted to just travel. I wanted to travel outside the U.S. and see what else the world has to offer.
That's awesome, man. I love that that adventurous spirit, man. I wish more Americans had that. So Yuri, before we turn the mic on, Yuri was asking you asked a great question. You were saying, why did he choose? What was it?
Yeah. Why did you choose the Philippines to live?
That's a great question because you could have chose Thailand, you could have chose Cambodia. There's so many great places in Southeast. I love Southeast Asia.
Yes, I was actually going to move to Medellin, Colombia. That was the first place I wanted to go to, and I was really on my way to there. But what happened was, I had a lot of people reaching out to me from the Philippines. I was looking at other expats, and a lot of people were saying, "Jay, you ever thought about going to the Philippines?"
Right.
And I said, "No, I never really thought about the Philippines." So I started looking at videos, and I seen like. Philippines seemed like a nice place. People were saying the people here is nice. And so I said, okay, I'll go check out the Philippines. Philippines seemed like a place I want to go.
Awesome.
And I came over, and I don't regret it.
That's great. Now we got another donation from that guy, Kelvin41. Thank you so much, sir, for that $10, and thank you for your service,
Thank
U.S. Army.
you, Kevin.
Now,
Kelvin.
Black American Expat, aren't you ex-military?
Yes, I'm ex-military, Ross.
What branch?
U.S. Army.
Army. Okay, we got another Army brother here. So thank you.
10 years.
10 years. Yep, I did an 8 in the Air Force, the Chair Force, as you guys called us, because we were always battling each other. You know what I'm talking about. But it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all
Jesus
good.
is my king said Philippines is great for retired military folks.
So
Bringing in 2,000 a month. Yeah.
Right. So so your experience there in the Philippines has been pretty good then, would you say, or?
It's been a pretty good experience so far. I had a pretty good experience.
Oh, that's great. Because I mean, most of the expats that I talk to, especially military, they have a good time over there in the Philippines. You know, not just for fun, but just to live there, to actually live among the people, and I really respect that about military. We usually do pretty good over there. Wouldn't you say, Yuri?
Yes, it was. You mean us living in Cebu?
I mean, military folks.
Oh yeah, even my clients. I love vets.
Yep. So, what would you say one of the common questions we get is cost of living? What is the cost of living over there? Like, to live for an American to live pretty comfortably, what would you say a monthly amount would be?
A monthly budget would be if you're a single man, it depends on your lifestyle too. Like if you're a single guy, you don't go out a lot. Like myself, I don't really go out. I might go out maybe once or twice a month. I cook all my food at home. My actual budget can range anywhere from like 700 to maybe a little bit close to 1,000 some months.
Okay, and that's all expenses. That's like paying for your rent.
That's my rent, my light bill. My rent is like $110 a month where I'm at now.
That's
my
awesome.
light bill usually be like anywhere from $40 to $60 a month, and my water bill is like maybe $3. And I spend like probably right at $100, a little bit over for groceries. And
man, that's great.
my cable bill is like right at $25. Cable internet is $25, and pretty much like my transportation, I spend less than $5 a month on transportation. I'm going different places, so I'm averaging pretty much like close to like anywhere from like maybe $600-700. One month I was sick, and I didn't go out. I just stayed home.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think I spent $485 that month. But
damn, that's great.
I would advise anyone if they coming over at least have budget of at least have at least 1,500 or 2,000.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So you can save like in case of a rainy day, anything can happen. You wanna have money you can save also.
That's exactly what Yuri tells me as well. Let me see if I got some questions here. Let me see if let me scroll through here. We've got people have joined us here. Let me see. Jesus My King says Philippines is great for retired military folks, bringing in $2K a month. Yep, there you go. $2K a month is what he said.
12 years. Wow.
12 years in the military. Tom says the dollar is 51. Is that for the peso?
Yeah.
That's the current rate?
Yeah.
51 pesos to
Philippine pesos.
Okay. Jesus My King says I still take Space A flights to Clark A. They still have Space A flights? That still exists?
I think so.
You know what? How do you know what that is?
Cause Clark, my sister's Purple Shadow's ex was in the military in the Philippines, and they had a base there.
Right.
In Clark.
Okay, Dan says Air Force had the best food, cooks, especially for infantry army guys. Veronica, okay, I'm looking for some more questions here. Okay, SD6 says, is disability benefits accepted in PI Vietnam? Well, I think well, you're paid the benefits. That money goes to you, so it's not a matter of whether the Philippines are going to accept it. You know, that money, that cash goes to you, goes to your whatever account you choose, and then you would go and, you know, spend that money in the country. So I don't know if that's a valid question.
Yeah, I mean, your disability money is yours, right?
Right, yeah, so it's your money. So
nobody's really...
Let me see if I have any other questions here. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I certainly have some more questions. Now, this is another question I get a lot. As a black man, do you have any issues at all in the Philippines, as far as, you know, any kind of racial issues or anything like that in the Philippines?
I have no issue with race at all here. I know recently, like I have a lot of young guys walk up to me, and they use the N word sometimes, but it's not used in a racial way. Because they get that from the hip hop music, from the slang of the music, and I never had a car. I know. A lot of young guys, they walk up to me and they say, "What's up, my N?" And I look. The first time someone said that to me, I told the guy, "Said that's not a good word to say to me," but he was still smiling and shaking my hand. He didn't know. But like then I walk up the street and I hear the music playing, and you can hear the N word in the music, and I said, well, I really can't really get upset about this, because I blame the rappers for doing it. Like the rappers, they put the N word in the music, and people, they're gonna use the word, and they embrace the hip hop culture here. They really embrace the culture here of hip hop. So when they say it, it's like to them it's a cool thing when they use that word, but it's not used in hate. It's not a racial overtone like it would be like in the U.S.
Yes.
If someone else uses it, but when they use it, it's like kind of like saying like, "What's up, my brother?" Because they want to.
Yes,
like,
they want to be.
Like
they want to be down. That's I understand. Yeah, and man, I'm glad you brought that up, because my ex told me that, and I was shocked. I was like, "What?" You know, and then Yuri, and she was Filipino, and then Yuri told me that too, and I was like, and then when she explained it, like they just don't know, you know, and Yuri being here now, she understands the climate of what's going on, like our perspective on it, and that some people are extremely sensitive to that word, and so when you go over there, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. They're not saying it to be derogatory. They're saying it to be like, and it's coming from the culture where we're putting it out there in hip hop music. And it's understandable. Plus, the younger generation, they have a whole different feeling about that whole thing. So me being 43, you know, it's different for me as it is way different for my mom, the use of that word. But the younger folks, they have a different feeling about it. But that's a great point. I'm so glad you brought that up. How about women? Is that any kind of problem for you at all? It's another common question I get.
Well, with the women, you got to. I had a situation like when they need to write a book about this too. Like, if you break up with a woman in the Philippines, it could be bad if you break up with a woman, because they don't, like, sometimes they don't know how to let go. They hold on to things, and they can make your life a living hell in a way. They'll try to attack you on social media. They'll use that. I mean, they'll take it in a whole different way, because like a Filipino guy can break up with a woman and move on, and they move on. But like, if you're a foreigner and you break up with a woman, it's like they losing their meal ticket. Like, they losing more than just a boyfriend. They losing their lifestyle. They losing the lifestyle they used to have it, and then they losing like money walking out the door. So they take it on a whole different level.
But I mean, it was her choice to not. I mean, it could have went a better way. You know what I mean? I mean, she knew what she was losing. So I'm thinking
that's something that Filipinas do a lot, though. It's like social media drama and like spreading. I don't know. They're into that, like posting it in social media for everyone to know their business.
Yeah, I mean, when they hurt, they'll put it out there. They'll put it on social media, and I mean, it's a common thing I see. 'Cause I know other guys that went through the same situation, like they foreign guys, and like they break up with a Filipino. It's just hard for them to let go sometimes. Like they'll just put everything out there and try to destroy your character. And it's just something to just be aware of.
Right.
I mean, it's different. Like if you're dating someone online and you never met them, you're not living with them, and you're not around them, then you're not gonna pretty much have to deal with that. But like if you live here in the Philippines, these people they'll try their best to get at you and try to make your life a living hell if they can.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that, because I had that direct experience myself. Let me see what the comments look like here. Arthur Carlson says, my father was stationed in Clark in 1945. Dan says, a large amount of transfers in U.S. dollars to the Philippines, the higher the exchange rate. The larger the amount, the larger the exchange rate. That is how I've been experiencing.
No distance between us. It's already scrolled down, baby.
Oh, sorry. I'm having trouble scrolling, so there. That one?
No distance between us. Hi, Bruce. One of my husband friend, he asked me if he can move for retirement later on with his American wife. He worried because he is not married a Filipina. Nah, like it's open. The Philippines is welcoming with people who want to retire there, you know.
And Black American Expat actually brings up a great question. What do you do about visa? Because you've been over there for, well, actually, how long have you been over there?
I've been here since January.
January of this year?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you do about your visa? Like, I know that we have a limited amount of time that we can stay there without a visa, right?
Yes. I mean, you can stay up to 3 years. You know, when 3 years come, you have to leave the country for 1 day, and you can come back like the next day. You have to leave for 24 hours.
Gotcha.
But with the visa, people can do like you can do it every 30 days, every 3 months. And now here you can do 6 months. The next time I go, I'm gonna try to do 6 months.
Okay. So did you have to get a visa after 90 days or?
After the 30 days.
30 days. Okay. My bad.
Yeah, then you go to immigration and then you just pay the fee, and you can do it about a month, or you can do it every 3 months. And like now they say every 6 months.
And how much was the fee?
The fee is like right at 15, like 15.
$15?
Which is like $30. Which is like $30.
Oh, 30 USD. Okay. Wow, that's awesome. Okay.
And the visa lasts for how long? 3 years?
You said the visa lasts 3 years, before you have to.
You got to do it. You can do it every. I mean, you can stay in the country up to 3 years, but you can renew your visa every month, every 3 months, or every 6 months.
Oh, you have a choice. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that guy Kelvin41 says, so 5,000. I'm assuming he means per month. Would really give me a great lifestyle.
Yes.
Oh yes. You live like a king off 5,000.
All right. Let's see if I got some more questions here. Guys, this is a great opportunity. We've got a real expat living in the real Philippines. Oh, go ahead.
Thomas said, Yuri, do you tell your hubby, mahal kita?
No, never.
Not in Tagalog.
No, she never does, Thomas.
In English,
never.
Yeah.
Arthur says, my question is about how do disabled people do in the Philippines? I'm a little person who uses crutches. And that's to both Yuri and to Black American Expat.
Yeah, what's your observation with that?
I mean, I see he really won't have no issue here because most places, like we use crutches. I mean, I don't really see any issue he would have here with using crutches.
Yeah, if it's in a wheelchair, then yeah, there's so less sidewalk in the Philippines.
I mean, like disabled accessible ramps and things like that. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of that kind of stuff. Then sometimes it floods and like so that wheelchair would be a real challenge for somebody.
Yeah, it would be a challenge in a wheelchair, I would think. But
I mean, you
shouldn't have no issues. You have to be careful where you walk.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's wheelchair, the sidewalks there sometimes there's no sidewalks.
Yeah, they end abruptly. They're jacked up.
Yeah, so
infrastructure
it's hard
is
for that. It's not for people who are in wheelchair.
Okay, let me see if I have some more questions.
Dan said American women do the same thing too. I think it's the social media posting and going out of their way to destroy their ex.
Okay, Lavelle Basher says, "What is it like living out there with people that really don't know you? Is it respect or disrespect?" That's the Black American Expat.
Okay, he said, "What is it like living out there with people that really don't know you? Is it respect or disrespect?"
Right.
The people here is pretty much respectful. Most people I meet is very respectful. I mean, they call me Sir J. I really have no issue. I never had any issue of disrespect here with people.
Same here. That's been my experience. In fact, I mean, if anything, people treated me like a rock star. I wasn't used to that kind of attention. I wasn't used to that kind of love and respect immediately. It was like, wow, this is amazing.
It's the same here.
Wow.
It's the same here. I mean, I walk down the street and people sometimes, I mean, I feel like a celebrity at times. I mean, I was in the store like last week. Me and one of my friends and the guy stopped me. They wanted to take pictures with me. And I felt like Kanye West or someone.
Yeah, Filipinos are big into respecting someone, even if it's not someone you know. But yeah, the only times that Filipinos hate foreigners is when they are very disrespectful.
Yeah.
When they trash the clubs that we go to, when they are drunk and they're causing trouble, when we are all having fun, that's the only times when we don't like foreigners.
Got another question that I get pretty regularly, especially around the time that President Duterte was elected. Have you experienced any kind of changes, good or bad, for foreigners? For yourself or anyone else as far as the election of President Duterte?
When I got here, he was already president when I got here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I can't really say, but I know like so far so good. I haven't seen anything like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's a common question. But it's also a common response that we get. There's no change. If anything, it's been good. So let me see. The Wallace Life says being in Manila would be difficult for anyone with a wheelchair. So many people there. Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
absolutely.
That would be a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fred Ray, hi guys. I'm glad I caught you guys on. Hi Fred.
Hi Fred. We're just interviewing our good YouTube buddy, Black American Expat. If you want to check him out, you go to YouTube, you search Black American Expat. He's got some great content, a lot of interviews. He's not afraid to talk about controversial subject. He's just a good guy, and that's why we want to have him on our show so we can promote the hell out of him. Check him out. He's awesome. And if you guys have any questions about living in the Philippines, this is a great time because we got him here live. He's actually in the Philippines as we speak. What part of the Philippines are you in, by the way?
Right now I'm in Cavite. I'm in Rosario, Cavite.
Where's that, baby?
Cavite. C-A-V-I-T.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody else we know
yes.
is from there.
Yes.
Right? There's actually a couple people. And I can't think.
I forgot her name, but we used
I
to
can't
talk
think. Yeah. There's
day.
a couple people who are out there we know of.
Teresita or something. There is
Got another question for you. This is my personal question. You're pretty consistent on YouTube. What inspires you to create?
The people. The people inspire me to create. I always get messages in my inbox from people. They have different questions. So I usually will make a video about it. I'll make a video about it. And sometimes I have an open discussion.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, my favorite my favorite post
the open discussion
that you did was the one with hardcore
No joke
Howard. Yeah, hardcore. No joke Howard. Yeah, that was so good, man. I love the open-ended conversation you have. Like, there's no holds barred. It's what's missing from a lot of social media and TV, and that was just like he's such a real dude, and it was great for you. You're a real dude, and it was great for just to have that feedback of just realness, you know what I mean, like truth, and people just honest with themselves, talking to each other, and I just really like that interview.
Exactly. I got to do a follow up with that guy. Do a follow up with No Joke, but I mean, I enjoyed talking with him. I followed his channel for a while when he was in Cambodia.
Yeah, me too.
And that guy, he was he was out there, but he's like an open book though.
That he is.
Yes.
He has no filter. That dude has no filter at all.
Yes.
Yep. And that's another guy to check out, guys, if you guys are interested in like expat sagas. Another question for you, Black American Expat. Have you noticed that some of the people in our field being expats and mainly foreigners dating Filipinas, and in our content, in our world, that's a lot of expats are negative? Has that been your experience or not?
What you saying now? I couldn't hardly hear you. Sound like you
okay.
It up a little bit. You just said that the expats, are they negative about you dating?
No, just like not negative about dating. Mainly like, has it been your experience that some of the expats who put out YouTube videos are a bit negative?
Oh yes.
That was something that Yuri and I like experienced right away. As soon as we start talking about expat stuff, living in the Philippines, retiring there, we start getting all this like negative people attacking us out of nowhere. Why do you think? What's going on with that? Like, what? I don't understand it.
We were talking about that a little bit earlier this week. I don't know what to say about the people here sometimes, like especially in the expat community, like other vloggers. You don't see that nowhere else but in the Philippines. You don't see that in Europe. You don't see that in South America. You only see that in the Philippines. Even in Thailand, you don't see the people there being negative toward each other. But in the Philippines, it's like a different set of people here. I know, like, if you go to Europe to stay, the cost of living there is much more, so you're going to have a different class of people there.
Yeah. And
in the Philippines, it's like, you can live here cheap. So you got a lot of people that leave the U.S. to come here.
That are cheap.
Because they really can't afford to live in the U.S., so they come here. So you bring like a different class of people here, and some of the people come here. You get like a lot of the lower class people come here too. You got people of upper class that come here, but then I think you got some people that lower class that come here, and they bring that low class attitude
here.
Man, that is a great point.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think of that. You're right.
He nailed it. That's it. I think your theory is correct. Tom says, do you have free Wi-Fi in your apartment?
No, I had to pay for that every month. That's like $25 for the Wi-Fi.
Dan the Driving Man says, please put his YouTube information info up again. Oh, okay, no problem.
We will network.
It's easy to find. They just type Black American Expat. It'll pop up. It's easy, very easy to find.
Yep. So Dan and everybody else who wants to follow Black American Expat, if you guys like our stuff, like a kind of a positive vibe, an open book, somebody's not going to be offended at everything, that you can talk openly with. Just like our audience is pretty open-minded and pretty cool, just a positive group of people. So if you guys like that kind of vibe, then Black American Expat is definitely, we would not steer you guys as somebody who is negative. And unfortunately in our space, dealing with like expats and foreigners and going to the Philippines, we've got a lot of negative people, but Black American Expat is not one of those people. He's a very positive guy, and that's why we like him. So
you get
check him out. Real information from a real dude. So go to YouTube, type in Black American Expat. He'll be the first guy who pops up. That's his information right there.
And another thing I want to say too about that last question you asked me.
Yeah.
Sometimes too, it seems like a lot of expats here that make the videos seem like they try to discourage the people from coming to the Philippines, because they tell them the cost of living is so much. You need this amount of money to stay here. I mean, some expats will tell you need like $2,500, $3,000 a month to stay here, but that's not true.
Yeah.
If you live in the city, of course you're gonna spend a lot more. And as you said, it depends on the person's lifestyle. If they're always clubbing every few days, then yeah, that costs more.
Yeah, of course.
If you're
always
going
out to the bars every night, that's gonna eat your pockets up.
Right. If you're messing around with the girls in the bars,
or going
back
to
to
the
back,
mall,
you're gonna be spending a lot of money. Let me see if I have any other questions. Lavelle Basher says, what is it like living? Okay, I already read that one. Tom says, I'm on Skype with my girl in the Philippines now, and she's hearing what you say. Okay. Fred Ray says, hi guys, I'm glad I caught you on. Rev Charles says,
if I may ask, what is your Facebook?
Our Facebook, you can catch us at Bruce Brown for the win, all one word. Bruce Brown FTW. That's where you can find me. Where can they find you at, Black American Expat? On Facebook. Are you on Facebook?
I have a page on Facebook. You can just look up the Black American Expat on Facebook, and you'll find my page there. Okay,
awesome. Arthur Carlson says, I saw that when I was there in February, I get around pretty good. When Yolanda and I went to Puerto Galera, is that in Philippines?
Yeah.
Puerto Galera, I was carried onto the Banta boat. Wow, I like that kind of service. Let me see. Wallace Life says, being in Manila would be difficult for anyone with a wheelchair. Yeah, we already read that one. Fred Ray says, I love the Philippines. Dan says, my wife has a contract inside the city government. You can get your 3-year visa renewed every 3 years for another 3 years as long as you want without having to leave. Lavelle Basher says,
would you like to live out there, and what is the difference between there and America? Would you suggest others to move there for a better lifestyle?
That's for you, Black American Expat.
Yes, I mean, you can get a better lifestyle here for very little. The weather here is nice year round, and the people here is friendly. So it's much better. To me, it's much better.
Yeah.
I think to have a good lifestyle, it costs money, of course. But the advantage of being in the Philippines is that the amount of money that you would spend for food is lesser, and plus the quality of the food is healthier.
Oh yes.
And we don't have something.
The food is fresh. Yeah. The food here fresh, like in the U.S.
It's a lot of processed food.
The Food Drug Administration.
Yeah.
They put hormones and preservatives and stuff in the food, all types of drugs. But here the food is like you can taste the difference.
It's organic.
It's organic.
When I eat chicken,
yeah, it's organic for sure.
Fresh chicken.
Yeah, everything. Vegetables are organic. We don't have classification of organic and the normal ones. It's all straight up organic.
Yuri's always shocked how big the chickens are here. She's like,
and it tastes different.
The chickens
too.
look like turkeys here.
Like it doesn't taste natural. Like I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it is.
Is it worse?
It does not taste like a normal chicken.
The chicken there is frozen. You don't know how long it's been frozen. But like if I get chicken here, I know most of the time they killed the chicken the same day or the day before.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I've been all over the world, you know, and the food definitely tastes different here. And I can't say it's always better, to be honest with you. Fred Ray says, I've checked him out. Great. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that.
Dan. Can an American citizen get dual citizenship or actually become a Filipino immigrant?
That's for both of you guys.
They asked that question the other day. This guy named Age. This guy got his channel named Age Dab. His wife is studying to be a lawyer here, and they said, I think he said like, if you're married to a Filipino, you can get you can do that in 5 years here. If you're not married, it takes 10 years here. I never 10 years.
That's a new one for me. I didn't know that.
So you can actually get a citizenship as a Filipino?
I mean, you can get dual
Philippine citizenship.
Citizenship here, but you got to stay here at least 10 years. If you're married to a Filipino,
5 years.
You gotta be here 5 years.
Okay. Let's see. We got another question or comment here. Fred Ray says, I'm ready for Bruce and Yuri to take it to the next level.
Like what?
I don't know what that means.
What do you mean, Fred? Like what kind of the next level?
I don't know what that means, Fred.
We're about to get a stabilizer, but what kind of next level?
Dan says, never hang with haters. Haters are never happy. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yep.
Let me see. Tom says, how much money do you need in the bank to start living there?
Calculate your expenses. Like, what can you say about that Black American Expat?
You said how much money you need, like in the bank?
Yeah, in the bank to start living in the Philippines. Yeah.
I mean, I was reading that question. I didn't understand it. I don't know if he was saying, do you need a bank account here? Or, I mean, if he's saying that, you don't need a bank account here, because I still use my bank in the U.S. But if you're talking about how much money you need saved up to come here, most people say like at least 3,000 or 4,000. But when I came here, I didn't have that much when I came here.
Gotcha. Arthur Carlson says, I'd like to live near where I can go fishing. That's pretty much everywhere, right?
Yeah, there's oceans everywhere, but then you're fighting with tons of fishermen.
Yeah, I used to think that too. I used to want to live where you can go fishing, but now I changed my mind since I've been here in Cavite, because every time it rains, it flood here.
Oh, how do you deal? How do you deal with how often?
When it rains during rain season, you're gonna always
have
flood.
That's true. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Oh, so it's flooding there.
Oh yes.
Fred Ray says, I would like to see Bruce and Yuri in the Philippines broadcasting live. Yeah, one of these days, Fred.
That would be cool.
That would be the next level. I agree. Dan says,
I like that idea.
Yuri, when an American marries a Filipino, does he, which would
be me, ever have to leave?
What? Oh man, Dan, your message is garbled. there.
Okay, I know what he means. If he marries a Filipino, does he have to ever leave? Like as Black American Expat said, you can be a citizen of the Philippines after 5 years of marriage with a Filipina.
That guy Kelvin41 says, food here in the States is poison. I can't.
We tried going to Whole Foods.
There's a pretty good argument for that. That's a
Everything you pick is like
I can't confirm that's a conspiracy theory. That one's there might be some truth to what you just said. So any other questions, guys, for Black American Expat? Okay, it looks like the Wallace Life has a statement here. The first time I arrived in Manila and stepped out of the airport, I felt like I was the only Black American in the country. LOL. And a week went by, and I felt as I was a Filipino. What about you, Black American Expat?
When I first got here, like the first week, I didn't see no black people, and like a week later, I saw a black guy. I walked up to him, we started talking, and I asked him, "Can I do a video with him?" I said, "You the first black guy I met here." But as I got around, started going around Manila, then I started seeing more and more black people.
Okay.
Then the driving man, we may buy a home. How much is the annual property tax? It's way lower than here, of course, because it's in dollars. And I got a question for you, Black Expat. Are you planning to settle in the Philippines for good and buy a property, or are you planning to go back in the U.S. in the future?
I'm pretty much gonna be moving around different places. I don't really see me settling down here, but I'll be here like on a part-time basis. I'll be here like regular, but I want to see other parts of the world also. I want to see South America. I want to see Africa, parts of Europe, and other parts of Asia.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, check out Thailand if you haven't already.
I want to check that out. That's on my list next year.
You
I think the first place
go
I'm going
there.
is going to be Japan. I'm probably going to go to Japan probably early part of next year.
Yeah, Japan. I've been there too on business, but man, Thailand blows everything.
People are so nice.
It blew my mind, man. It blew my mind. Definitely, if you go there, check out the Buddhist temples. Don't just hang out in like Pattaya, which is the tourist spot. Don't just hang out in Bangkok. There's this other place called Ayutthaya, which is a former Siam. Like that used to be like the capital of Thailand, where the king used to live and all that. Man, check that place out. The ruins are beautiful. It's just the feel there, man. You'll know what I mean when you go there. It's the feeling there is
so peaceful.
It's very peaceful, and the people.
Yes, I heard the food was much better there too. I heard the food.
Oh
was good.
yeah,
the food was off the charts. We still talk about that. We were there like what 3 years ago. We still talk about the food there.
How long have we been? Oh yeah,
man, it's been like 3 years.
In the U.S., they have like a lot of Thai restaurants and Thai cuisine in the U.S., but you don't really see Filipino
it's not really
restaurants or cuisine.
There's Thai. I've been to a Thai restaurant here, but it's not it's nothing compared to
we went
the food in Thailand.
We were walking around Bangkok. Right? Was it Bangkok? It was like it wasn't in Bangkok. It was like off the side of Bangkok. I can't remember what the town was called. It'll come back to me when we hang up, I'm sure. But anyway, we were walking around, and they were like at a street, Sealam Road, and then. There was like a street, not a vendor, it was like a restaurant on the side of the street. And Yuri was like, hey, let's go eat there. I was like, are you sure? Because it looked like it was on this, literally a restaurant on the side of this road. And she picks them out because like she'll go to those cheap places that are packed because that means the food's good. Mm-hmm. She's got it down to a science. So we're like, okay, we'll try it. It was one of the most amazing spots I've ever had. It was on the side of the street. In Thailand, so definitely hit up Thailand.
Well, yeah, you have to be careful though because we took a chance in that because you can get like diarrhea and food poisoning.
Even with it was so good that I just kept going back even when I was sick. That's how good the food was. I'm not exaggerating.
Gosh.
That's exactly what happened. Okay, Fred Ray says, Black Expat, what type of relationship do you tend to have with Filipino men? Do you seem to get an attitude, fear, or respect?
It's always respect. Always.
Yeah, that's the same experience that I had, Fred. I mean, it was nothing but respect. I mean, it's probably more respect from the guys. If anything, more respect. It was incredible, man. It was so much love there. I love Philippines. I love the Philippines. Dan says, if you buy a home, You as an American can own the house, but unless born a Filipino, you cannot own the land. Is that true, baby? I don't know if that's true.
Don't you know if you become a dual citizen?
A foreigner cannot own land at all, and if a foreigner buy a house, he can only own 40% of the house, 60% his wife will own.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been hearing. Like, you really can't.
But you can buy a condo, though. You can buy a condo.
Yeah, condo is your safest bet for investment.
Right. We know a guy is doing pretty good off of the condo, so yeah, that's definitely true.
With dual citizenship, though, I'm not sure if that can...
Oh, he goes on to say, don't know if you become a...
What if you're a dual citizen?
Well, I'm not sure. But if you're a citizen, if dual citizenship means you're a citizen, so... But that means you have to...
You can.
Yeah, I think so.
Where are you from, bruh? Southeast Coast.
Sounds like East Coast. They're asking where you're from.
I'm from the South. I'm from the South.
That's South. That's pure South accent.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Lavelle Basher says, what is the apartments or houses like out there? And when taking a bath or a shower, how do you wash yourself if it's different than how... Is it different than how we do it here in America?
It's just, to me, it's the same. It's the same. The same way I showered in the U.S., I shower here. The same way.
Do you have hot shower?
I don't have a hot shower yet. I'm going to get a hot shower. Right now, I have a cold shower, but it's not that bad, really, because I thought, like, being in the Philippines is always hot here. And the water is not like ice cold. The water is
lukewarm.
Pretty much lukewarm.
Right.
If you take a shower like in the daytime, the water feel like it got a heater. It feel like hot water. Like
yeah.
What about the bathroom situation? I know that's sometimes different and depending on where you live. The toilet, like sometimes they don't have a flusher on it, and
yeah,
then
I have a flusher on my toilet.
Okay. Yeah, they pretty much accommodate.
Yeah,
people.
I've been places that they have a flush.
Let me see. David Span says, good to hear. I will be taking my trip to meet my fiance's family. That's great, David.
Good luck to you, David.
Yeah, good luck to you. Learn as much as you can about the culture before you go there. Any advice that you would give to any foreigners, anybody in our audience, foreigners who are about to go over there to meet the parents or to go just to visit or anything like that? Any advice you would give any Americans over there, going over there?
I mean, they're going to meet a woman and meet their family. Make sure you bring chocolate. That's a must. Bring chocolate.
Yes.
And just be safe. Be alert. Be safe. Don't bring your Western attitude over here. Don't come here like talking loud or trying to disrespect the people here, because it's a very friendly culture. The people here are very easygoing. They smile a lot. But sometimes some foreigners can come here and be kind of rude sometimes. That's not good.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about respect. Because
100%. It's all about, no matter what country you go to, really, it's just all about mutual respect. You give respect, you get respect. You learn a little bit of the language, they respect the hell out of you then. I mean, and some people, no matter where you go, you're gonna always meet somebody who's not a good person. So that comes with the territory. Anytime you.
Yeah, Wallace Life said you will be treated as a best friend if you buy a red horse for the family. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, you're right about that.
Is that true?
Oh gosh, yes. You should buy my dad red horse, baby.
Anytime. Anytime. That's easy.
Oh gosh. What can you say, Black American Expat, about the saying that expats that are in the Philippines, or men who go in the Philippines and say, do not bring your filipina back in the U.S.?
That's a great question. We get that one a lot.
Yes. I addressed that at one time before. I feel like, I mean, if you're in a relationship with a woman, and you should have trust for that woman. If you don't trust that woman and feel that you bring her to the U.S., that she gonna leave you, then you really shouldn't be with that woman.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
exactly
great advice. Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
You're right. I mean, if you don't have any trust at all, then you should.
Why are you with her in the first place?
You're right. The little things we take. Fred Ray said, the little things we take for granted here in the U.S., we miss in foreign countries.
Yeah, I would say that was true.
You mean the convenience?
Yeah, that was one of the things I missed when I was overseas for really super long. Is there anything you miss?
I miss a lot of things. I miss Captain D's restaurant.
Whoa!
Isn't that weird? Like you miss like little weird stupid stuff. Like Taco Bell is what I missed when I was abroad because they don't have Taco Bell everywhere.
I've been craving Captain D's for like almost a month now.
I was gonna say if it was like something that we can put in our balikbayan box, then I would send you something from the US. So I'm like, I cannot pack Captain D's because it's gonna be spoiled already.
It's the thought that counts. Oh man. All right, guys, we're not going to keep Black American Expat much longer. So if you guys have any questions at all, please think of them right now. But like I said before, if you guys want to check out some awesome content from somebody who's in the Philippines, from an American's perspective, from a black perspective, he's over there.
Like a Filipino.
Yes, who's living the life over there. And doing well over there and a positive vibe, then check out Black American Expat. If you want to find him, you can find him on Facebook. Go to Facebook, type in Black American Expat. If you want to find him on YouTube, type in Black American Expat. He's the #1 guy on there. You can't miss him. And then make sure you like and subscribe his videos. He's a great guy. He deserves our support.
Last question for me, Black American Expat. Have you tried lechon?
No, I have not tried. I don't eat pork. So
okay.
Yeah, I understand that. Wow, you're missing out.
Have you tried balut yet?
Have you tried balut?
I did balut last night. I do balut all the time. I done had balut probably over 40 times since I've been here.
Oh, wow.
So you like it?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love balut.
Wow.
Man.
You're the first American that I've heard of.
It tastes like eating a boiled egg. If you could eat a boiled egg, you could eat a balut.
I would not compare balut to a boiled egg. I've had it before too as a challenge.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Well, I guess it depends on how much. It kind of did taste like a boiled egg.
My friend, he came over
with a
and
beak.
He tried it, and
shut up, baby.
He said it tastes like a boiled egg, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's what it tastes like to me, a boiled egg. I think the key is if you're gonna try it for the first time, don't look at it. Just don't look at what you eat. Just eat.
Just eat it.
Just eat it. Yeah.
Let's see.
Just eat it.
Yeah.
David Span says, I've been invited
to stay
in a parents' home, and I know that blackouts are a big issue. Is that a big issue, Black American Expat?
I never had any issue with the blackouts. I've been here since January. And when I stayed in Bulacan, we had one blackout that lasts maybe less than 5 minutes.
Wow, that's amazing.
And in Cavite, we had one when I first moved here. It lasted for like 9 hours.
Yeah, in Cebu, in my sister's area, they just cut it randomly and not even announce it.
How many?
It happens. Maybe,
how long are they out?
Like 12 hours. Sometimes they cut it at night until morning. It's back, so it's like I would say, about 9 hours. But it happens more often, like maybe 3 to 5 times in a year. David
Span goes on to say, as far as charging your device, any advice on that for blackouts? But Black American Expat saying he doesn't have that many blackouts. Do you have any advice, Jerry?
Yeah, I thought when I got here, because I heard a whole lot about the blackouts, I thought I'd be experiencing that like on a regular basis.
Yeah, we experienced that.
I definitely did. But I was in southern Philippines, so maybe that has a worse situation going on than where you're at, Cavite.
Yeah, when there was a typhoon before I left the Philippines, there was like a blackout for probably an entire day and night.
Yeah.
Until the next day, the electricity was back the next day.
Dan says, I might miss calling 911 and being put on hold. But I live in St. Louis.
They got 211 over here.
211. Okay.
Yeah, you call it 211.
I just learned something new there.
Oh, that's new.
Oh, that's new for you too?
Yeah, Duterte had that kind of project.
Oh, wow, that's great. In Davao, huh?
Yeah, in Davao. That started in Davao, and I think
that's awesome.
Doing that in the entire Philippines
That's
now.
great, man. Lavelle Basher says, thank you so much, Bruce and Yuri, for setting up this interview with Black American Expat. And when I'll
get there in the Philippines, which will be in Manila, I will look him.
I'll look him up. This must be what he means. Yeah, hook up with him. Just check him out on YouTube. Make sure you watch the videos. Check him out. The Wallace Life says, LOL. When is
this next mix or live chat?
Mix or live chat.
He did pretty good last night.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do something probably later on today. It's 10:52 in the morning here in the AM, so I might try to do something like a little later this afternoon. I know every day when we eat our brunch, we usually try to come on live and do a chat.
Fred Ray says, Bruce and Yuri, this was informative. I like the flow. You guys are naturals at this. Gotta work, and good night. See you later, Fred.
Good night, Fred.
Thank you all. Enjoyed the advice. That's from my old show. Okay, I think this is gonna be the last question here.
How is the city of Makati? Have you been to Makati, Black Expat?
Oh yes, I go there all the time. I love it.
Yeah, Makati is awesome. It's like, it's clean. It's more organized. But the problem there's one thing that I have encountered there is the taxis. If you have to always negotiate with price if you're riding in a cab, because they want a fixed rate, especially if it's in a busy hour, right? Have you tried that?
Yeah, they want a fixed rate, but I don't really do the taxi. I do the Grab. Put the Grab app on your phone.
That's also new.
They work pretty good.
That's also new.
But
you mean the app?
Yeah, that's also new.
That's awesome. Yes.
Wow, we learned so much new stuff. Even Yuri, like some of the stuff you told us, like we didn't experience because it's all like new.
That's new.
Wow, man, this has been a great chat, just like the first one we did.
Let me put that on my board.
We're gonna end this call. We're not gonna take no more of his time, but we might do this again sometime. You never know, or maybe I'll jump on his lives uninvited.
Oh yeah, man. I'm always. Whenever you need me, come on. I have no problem coming on. I enjoy talking to you guys.
Same here, man. Same here. And to our audience, if you're watching this in the future, which I know you will, check out Black American Expat. If you like our content, you're going to love his. And I think that's it, baby, right?
Yes.
Is there anything else?
That was it. And thank you so much, Black American Expat.
Always a pleasure, man.
This opportunity of interviewing you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
And thank you so much to all our subscribers who jumped in and asked the questions. Thanks
everybody. Thanks Dan. Thanks the Wallace Life, Arthur, David Span. Thanks
Kelvin.
That guy Kelvin41 for the donation. Thank you everybody for your donations. We really appreciate it. Please check out Black American Expat. He's a great guy.
Yeah, you can tap in him in YouTube search and he appears there actually. Like I normally just type it there to go to his channel. Like Black American Expat.
That's it. All right, guys. That's it. And see you later, Black American Expat. See you soon.
Thank you
on
so
the lives,
much.
on the line.
Okay, I enjoyed it.
See you later.
Have a great morning.
Okay, you guys have a great evening. Then.
See you later.
Bye.
And that's it, guys.
Are we out?
We're out.
Are we still live?
Are we still live?
We'll do. Good night, David.
Later, everybody.
We're not really. I thought we're still in camera. Later, guys. Okay, good night, guys.